No slips. Single slip, split field, bowl straight. LBW in play. That's what Zahir Khan's thinking. LBW early on. Can we go full and straight and get Cook out? What have you got, Alistair Cook? This is the first one, just to add to the nerves in the dressing room. Bumble, you've been up all night working out the stats. How long do England need to bat?
Right. 50 overs. Let's get to reality. England are 10 for 5.
Benedict has been up all night. Just if England carry on batting at the rate that they have been, at tea time they would have a lead of 169, target 170 with 30 overs left. You'd feel that's safe. Everyone at home might think, well, hold on, one-day game, 170 of 30 overs, Sehwag, that's not safe. But you'd feel with Samit Patel bowling into the rough and bowling slightly wider, you can have as many men out as you want. India might fear losing at the end. Fletcher's fairly conservative. Sometime after drinks today, that's when England's got a target. Or even tea. Get to tea, guys.
Well, they've made a statement of England, shown the way in particular. Matt Pryor and Alistair Cook. The moments, India. Slow pitch now, very slow. You're dead right. What have you got, India?
Created their chances. Continue today. It's not going to be just a case of finding the middle of the bat. It's part of the world, day 5. There'll be something going on. It's not going to be a quiet day. The other thing is, if England, and it's a massive if, you're right, Bumble, at the moment they're 10 for 5. If England did manage to get out of this game, a lot of pressure on Dhoni. There's a few whispers yesterday about Dhoni's captaincy. Opposition captain's got 168 not out. Dhoni no runs. Opposition wicketkeeper has got 84 not out. Dhoni hasn't kept brilliantly. So just to keep the pressure on Dhoni, if England can get out of this game. If not, be under pressure. And we'll chat about their first innings batting.
And a number of the batters. Ian Bell's performance, Kevin Peterson's performance, Jonathan Trott. You know, that really is an engine room. But you stay with what you've got at the minute, and this is a partnership of 141, which starts again on day 5. What sort of preparation this morning? Certainly a good night's sleep last night.
The line he's looking for. Start with the maiden. Still 10 for 5, England. Oja starts. And he's been taking his wickets. This is the key 20 minutes. Again, people at home will think, well, hold on, we've got a bloke 106.84. They're in, they're not. It's virtually been on naught again. And England historically have had batsmen the next day get out. If you look at the likes of Andrew Strauss, who's not playing. But they don't start again very well. Craig mustn't get too deep at slip. Quite a few deliveries didn't carry yesterday. They've got a little bit closer, definitely Sehwag and Virat Kohli.
What about the threat? Who is the main threat? He started, I'd be worried about Khan, Zahir Khan. Reverse swing and bowling very, very straight. Good spelling, probably 5 or 6 overs. Get to see Ashwin.
Day 5, India spin's always going to be a threat. There's going to be chances. It's not been more pitches turn than this, I tell you. This is just a nice little gentle turner for India. But I think you're right. Zahir Khan to Cook up front, trying to just sneak it on the pad before it gets to the bat. There's a threat. Never understand. Donny, the first few deliveries, first 4 deliveries, had a man at silly point. Why wouldn't you keep a man in there just in case? We had one yesterday bounce up and nearly hit Pryor on the gloves. Just a man up in front. First run of day 5. And 11 for 5. We're not to bowl to Matt Pryor, wide, 4.
In his mind, Matt Pryor will be thinking runs. Just that sort of player. And that's good from him to stand outside of his crease. He's thinking, well, how's that field right? What would you do? What would I do? For this bowler, I'd have a short leg. I wouldn't bother with slip. I'd have a short leg to try to stop him just pushing forward.
I wouldn't. I'd have a gully. 2 gullies to Matt Pryor. I think that's where Pryor hits it. And he could well hit one in the air there for quite a while yesterday. Go across him in the air. A little bit of shape in. Do you think it's enough bounce to get to short leg, or is it just to stop him coming forward?
It's to stop him. I'm looking for LBW. I don't think I'm going to catch him there, but get in his mind that I can't get too far forward. I might get an inside edge. Your thoughts on Gully are good. And then to say, for Pryor especially, very square. One of them really, really square.
Take slip out and put him in a gully, probably just where that square ends there, on the corner of that square. Behwag's thinking about smacking him again. He's going to be the key man later today, probably.
I'm looking at a comparison between Alistair Cook's excellent 168, Pujara's double century for India. They're very similar innings, very similar. When Pujara was on 168, he'd faced 333 deliveries. Cook has faced 347. So that's a method that works. Accumulate, defend well, keep scoring. And then you've got Sehwag, as you say. I'll go in and smack it.
Behwag and who, though? Because Gambier can't bat till number 7 because he's been off the field so long. I think they'll go with.
Well, if it gets into a one-day situation, it's Tendulkar, isn't it?
That's their old one-day batting lineup, isn't it? Tendulkar and Sehwag. Could be fun.
Could go the other way and just move everybody up one. Pujara moves from 3 to Orton.
And will say, don't worry about all that. You're not batting again, Donny. We're going to bat out the day. That would have been the chat, actually. The coach and captain. Even though they'd have got all the boys doing all the disciplines, the actual chat in the huddle was, come on, let's think we're going to bat the day. We only lost 5 wickets yesterday. Let's see if we can only lose 5 today at the end of play. Oja to bowl. Now going down. Dahl's had an average game, but not that average.
That's not nothing going for it. I'm sure it pitches outside leg stump. It's going over the top of the stumps.
Just where Dhoni's at the end there tends to suggest it's going down. Dhoni's glove work's going to have to be good today. That kept low. He took it well. No edge, though.
A good all series.
Close to the edge.
But look how low that spin is. Yeah, it spins.
It's very good from bowler and batsman. I suppose when you've batted 524 minutes, you don't miss too many.
Terrific ball. Balling in blocks. I'd expect him at some stage, Zahir Khan, to ball around the wicket at Pryor. 50 partnership between these two.
It's close. Very close to off stump. Not sure whether the captain was leaving it or started to leave it and then second thoughts, but this is not very far away. Fine. When you're 17, I don't. You can leave balls like that.
Runs are important, and that'll be 4 more. There's Cook for highest test match score for Alistair Cook in Asia. He has an excellent record in Asia, and he's adding to that right now.
It all started in Asia, didn't it? When he got off that plane coming from the England A team. Harley, 100. Middle of the bat, just turned away.
Gone, tamely end to Matt Pryor's stoic resistance. That's what India needed, an early breakthrough, and it's Pryor that goes for 91.
Just stuck in the pitch, didn't it? I think he was just on the back foot, just going to push it down the ground, and just got through it too early. That's what India needed. They need a little bit of the pressure. It just seems to stop on him. In the end, he's just gone through the shot. He cannot believe it. That played so well. It really is a soft dismissal when you look at it. He'll be very, very disappointed, but he's played magnificently. Players, I feel that's a major breakthrough, and they're quite right. Matt Pryor goes for 91. It's 356 for 6.
Tim Bresnan, then the new man to the crease. Batted for 69 minutes and scored 19 in the first innings. He'll want that and more this time around. Decent player, no doubt about that. Look at the average, it's good.
Well, that's exactly what India wanted. They've got the breakthrough. Got a new batsman in. They'll feel they've got an end to attack now.
Yeah, men round the back. Roger with 5 in the first innings, now with 3. Now, what happened here? Did it just get stuck in the surface? Did Matt Pryor play it too early?
I think it's just not come on, and I think he's just gone through the shot. If it had been his day, he'd have chipped it over the bowl, wouldn't it? That was the breakthrough India needed. Now, India back in charge. Needed to break that partnership. Wasn't the way you'd expect it to happen, but it's happened.
.357 for 6 then. Need of 27, so 27 for 6.
Ojai picks up his 3rd wicket, 8 for the match, 5 in the first innings. Zahir Khan going, new batsman, reverse swing, good idea.
Yeah, and a challenge for Bresnan, reverse swing back into the pads. He's got a couple of slips in place, so yeah, no, he'll just mix it up. Some will go across the right hander, some back in. Over 9 hours at the crease for England's captain. Just factor in, of course, that England are following on. 41 in the first innings, 521 for 8 in the field, 160 overs. So he's been on the pitch for the best part of the game. I think he's had about 3 hours off.
It's a good delivery, isn't it? Look at this. See, you get the odd one. It's not all the time. It's the odd one that fizzes and goes. Just hope you survive, as Breslin has on this occasion.
Nicely played by Breslin. He's getting a long way across, isn't he? So out that leg side.
I'm not sure he's bowling the right side of the wicket to Breslin. I'd be staying over the wicket and trying to bring that LBW very much into the equation.
I think he's feeling under a bit of pressure, Breslin. England thinking about changes, possibly the way the game is mapped out. A great opportunity here to say to the selectors, if you're thinking of dropping me, if you're thinking of replacing me, I'm going to bat out the rest of the day. I'm going to make it impossible for you. So he's got an opportunity. That's the one. Clever, isn't he, Zaire Khan? Back over the wicket now. We saw it with Nick Compton, exactly the same. Round the wicket, getting him across the crease, and then over the wicket, full and straight.
All dug out.
The same could be said for Broad. Reshuffle of the pack. For the next game, England would consider if they want to bring back Finn and play two seamers.
Well, there's got to be, they've got to seriously consider playing two spinners. And I'm afraid that Sam Patel's a very useful cricketer, but he's not a test bowler. Well, a couple of overs here and a couple of overs there, but I think we're playing Mumbai. Notoriously in history tells you turns the red soil. There's got to be another change because Ian Bell's not here. .365 for 6. So the obvious one would be probably Bairstow on form to come in for Bell. Then would they be thinking about Morgan, his ability to play spinners? I don't know. There's quite a lot of things for England because they've got to sort that top order out. I don't care. They keep on saying, "Oh, it's a good top order." It does. It turns out, the history over here in this part of the world, here, Middle East, against spinners, finger spinners, is less than impressive, with the exception of the man at the top of the order.
Reality is, though, Ian, I can't see them changing the top four. Cook, obviously. Compton, I would have thought, has done enough to ensure his place at number 2. Trott will bat 3. Peterson will bat 4. A decision on number 5. The big decision is to try and work out what balance of side they play. Is it going to be 2 spinners? We expect it probably will be. Then is it 2 seamers or 3 seamers? Is it 4 bowlers or 5? Well, historically they like 4.
Nice bowling, OJ.
So if they play 2 spinners and play 4 bowlers, main bowlers, and they bring Finn back, possible exit for Broad,
Well, there's
possible exit for Bresnan.
There's a few people looking over their shoulders.
Gone, keeps a little bit low. That's the moment they wanted. Oja with 5 in the first, now with 4 in the second. And what a brilliant innings it is. What a brilliant innings has come to an end. Head bowed says it all. Not even Alistair Cook can keep out Oja. Just a little bit of turn, maybe keeps low.
Big wicket. Look at the celebration. See what it means. Probably means India go 1 up in this Test series now. That's what they'll be thinking, and he'll be thinking the same, Alistair Cook. But 10 out of 10 for the England captain, a magnificent effort. 176 from 374 balls, doing his utmost to save his team. He gets one that keeps it low. He can't keep it out, and now India, just a matter of finishing the job off. Cook, he's gone for 176. It's 365 for 7.
Seven down now, 365 on the board. The lead just 35 for England. It's Oja who's done the damage this morning. Pryor and Cook, the man who batted so well yesterday and for the first part of the morning, both out now. Broad, the new man at the crease, just about to face his first ball. Now the end of Alistair Cook. Turns, doesn't bounce particularly. Alistair Cook trying to watch it off the pitch. Probably as much as anything else, the lack of bounce that made the difference.
Yeah, it had to be something special to get past Cook, and it was a combination, you're right, turn, but the lack of bounce. And he has stayed back at times for play, so you can't argue with that. Yeah, loves it. That's what it means, getting Cook out and getting 2 new batsmen in.
Not out. Premature celebrations from Sehwag at slip.
Just whether it flicked the glove on the way through. They're up for everything. Any side would in this situation. Did it flick any glove after hitting the thigh pad or pad? Away from there, but probably not. Yep, 365 for 7.
Now another change in the bowling attack. Yadav, 2 for 60 his figures so far. He was the forgotten man in the first innings for quite some time, but actually he's been brought into the attack at some quite opportune moments over the last 2-3 days.
Yeah, and useful as well, because now he'll be swinging it in onto the stumps. Quite a quick arm as well. Bounce there to Broad. Pad, and then nothing else. What you get on day 5, a little bit of variation in bounce. The Cook delivery there in blue. Keeping low. Left-handers used to that, aren't you, David? Day 5. Not actually bowled it in the rough too much. He's bowled it on the pitch. 9 wickets in the match. Good stuff.
Pushed away through the gap at cover. couple more. That's gone pretty fine. Races away for 4. Yadav just slightly offline there.
Yeah, and England might start being positive because runs become a factor now. They've only got a lead of 41. And these two and Swan are the ones that play in a positive manner. Just push and prod, you feel they're going nowhere. You don't want to be reckless. That balance between defence and attack, boundaries and getting the lead on. Feel England need to get up to 150. How are they going to get there?
$71 for 7. How they're going to get there? The answer, I think, is with a bit of luck. But with Yadav and the seamers, you just play. You play normally. There's not so much happening for them. Yes, they'll bowl good lines by and large. Yes, there'll be a bit of reverse swing, so you just play it, watch it. In fact, do it to the round. Watch it, play it. And see what happens with the spinners. Got a bit more leeway, I think. I mean, for instance, someone like Stuart Broad, who hits the slow left-arm spinner well, hits with the spin well, might just try and play a few shots at Ojam. He played a couple in the first innings, really good shots. Because I think with someone like Broad, you've got more chance doing that than you have trying to defend. I think his attack is much better than his defence when it comes to playing Ojam.
Oh, it's not the sweep. I'm not a fan of his sweep shot. He's quite a big unit. Hit with the spin over cow corner, fine. Hit over long on, fine. But a couple of occasions, subcontinent, he's such a big unit. A little bit like Andrew Flintoff. Wasn't a great sweeper because it took him so long to get down to the ball. Get those big legs out the way.
It's another one that's kept a little low. Buys here, 4 of them. It's an awkward proposition for Dhoni behind the stumps. Exactly get behind it.
No, he failed to impress on the last Test series in England, Mahindra Singh Dhoni, and I have to say, apart from his captaincy, batting and glove work hasn't improved. Not sure how much he likes Test match cricket, Mahindra Singh Dhoni.
That's out. Simple chance taken. The return chance to Yadav there taken very easily. Leading edge from Stuart Broad. He was back on his stumps a bit. Turned the face of the bat on it. And once again, things just going India's way. They knew they needed wickets this morning. They'd have been frustrated had they not come. Simplest of chances.
Yeah, just trying to turn it to the leg side. It wasn't a complete leading edge. It was off the edge of the bat, but good enough to get all the way back to the bowler. Broad's gone for 3. 378 for 8.
378 for 8. Graham Swan at number 10. And he's a man too who would no doubt do better to be playing a few shots. Have a look at it first. Situation now, the lead just 48. If England have any chance, very, very extreme chance now, they'll need to add some runs quickly. Can't just wait for the last 2 wickets to fall meekly. But it has been India's morning. They had a real battle yesterday. Their heads would have been down yesterday evening. And they knew this morning, India, if things went their way, then they'd get into the position now and they could wrap it up. They would have been frustrated had Cook and Pryor somehow survived the morning. That would have changed attitudes deeply, but now the attitudes and the atmosphere in that stadium has changed almost dramatically.
No idea what they were appealing for that last ball. See what they were going up for here. Caught and bowled. Turning to leg. Straight back. Easy chance. He's not dropping that. Here's Morning. They had to be patient. Bowlers well rested. Look at the smiles and the energy now compared to yesterday evening. A few Indian complaints actually as Broad walked off the pitch. There was a few boys went up to the umpire and said Broad's walking straight up the middle of the pitch. One also has to be careful of the LBW. They'll set him up. Goes across his stumps quite a bit, Graeme Swann. Yeah, a few complaints from the Indian fielders straight up to the umpires because of this. Watch Broad. Walk straight up the pitch. Absolutely fine, actually. He's allowed to tap it down. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. Without having a moan.
Actually, yeah, looking at that, it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, they're almost saying, would you mind walking to the edge of the pitch from the crease? He took a little bit of an angle. There was a gentle tap of the pitch, which is repairing it, if anything else. If he walked straight down with big spikes on and carry on walking straight down the pitch, then, yeah, you've been a bit mischievous.
Nothing wrong with that at all. It wasn't like Shahid Afridi once did a pirouette on a length, didn't he? When he thought the camera wasn't on him.
And I say big mistake he made was forgetting that there were 20-odd cameras at the ground. Very, very naive. Just for a moment there, almost that's unwarranted. And certainly so is that. In fact, if anyone's going to get spoken to, is the fielder needs speaking to.
It's Oja, isn't it? I think that's why the conversation continued with the umpire when Oja went to start his over. Nothing wrong with that at all. And the send-off from Oja, not needed.
Okay, there are big things to complain about, there are little things to complain about. Oja was slightly over the top. The send-off, the pointing back pavilion is, it's frowned upon by authorities. Nicely timed, just gets it past the mid-wicket. Three of them in some sort of pursuit. Yuvraj is the man who eventually picks it up. When Broad raised his bat first, it looked for a moment as though the petulance might come through and he might give the pitch a good smacking, but he managed to rein himself in just in time there. So it was a gentle tap, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Right, umpires deal with the situation, just calm down, calm down. This is where umpires, you really have to sympathise. Oh, that's almost gone underneath the bat.
That was low. I've seen some of those before go under.
That is an absolute toe ender. $51 for 8 in real terms. Not out. Shake of the head from Tony Hill. Do get that in-swing from Yadav.
Only thing could save him was an inside edge. Otherwise it looked pretty stone dead, to be honest. Did he hit it? Oh, that's close.
He might just have done too much,
Putting too much there, is it? In the leg side of middle stump, that one.
You need to look at it from a different angle.
You changed your tune there.
Rare bouncer. We've said throughout the game that the odd one actually is quite a good reminder. Because of the swing, because of the normal lengths, and India's bowlers have been just that little fuller. Sahir and Yadav, the two seamers, have been just that bit fuller than England. Because they've been consistently full, the odd bouncer is just a decent reminder. It's never going to be a quick bouncer, it's never going to be a Michael Holding style bouncer. Roberts or a Marshall or a Garner or a Croft or a Daniel. Sorry, just remembering a few from the West Indies in the 80s. Has also got the men out, so if it's not quite head high, it has to be pitched almost on your toe to get it up head high. Got the men in the deep. They're saving runs if the ball goes in the area. Of course, if it's the top edge, it might just become a catching position. But it's just a variety, isn't it? Just a change. Put something else into a batsman's mind apart from striding forward to try and deal with that in-swing. Once again, shake of the head from Tony Hill, and this time I'm more confident that would have been missing leg stump.
Yeah, absolutely. And he knew it, really. The difference in appeal, this was just in hope. First one they thought was absolutely plumb. You can see that just sneaking down. One tends to say leg side of it.
Ooh, he was nearly stranded there, Graham Swann. Just did well in the end to keep watching the ball get a bat on it. He didn't get down far enough.
Tell you who did well as well. Silly Point stayed with it just in case it came off the boot. And I think it did come off the boot almost to Silly Point. Goes with him, Silly Point, as he went down the pitch.
Swan still to get off the mark. 384 for 8. Now, that was a real stinker for Dhoni. Sympathy with him there. It went wide down the leg side, hardly bounced.
Dhoni not happy.
Big shot. Big shot. Where's that come from? Graham Swann, 6 Pennyworth.
And he is someone in these circumstances who is better off playing his shots. Good clean striker of the ball. He's played this on length, slog sweep. Set most of it, or certainly enough of it.
Of an attacking intent, will Graham Swann, the way that he plays, it's a natural way. Something to cheer about. Lead is 65. Doesn't reach that second slip. Slow spin, 395 for 8. Before an awful toss, clipped away. Another tick for England. 400 second time around, 400 for 8. Damage first innings, 191 all out. Every little helps. "21 minutes before the lunch break." But if it's going to be no inhibitions, just try and enjoy yourself, score some runs. Can they conjure up from somewhere another 80, these two? Any which way.
I'm not sure if he keeps persisting with this shot that we'll get 80 more. Outside the line.
Outside the line, lots of appeals again this morning. It'll be a little bit of a private duel as well, off-spinner to off-spinner. Always like to give each other a bit of tap. It's 402 for 8. Inventive, cheeky.
And productive. I think Zahir was ever getting to that. Or more.
Ooh, that's slow spin, isn't it? Picture's died, laid to rest. Bolden, one too many. Bit of cheek from Graham Swann. Ashwin at last gets a wicket.
I did say if he persisted with the big point leg, it wasn't going to last too long. That's exactly what's happened. But it's not really down to those guys down there in the top order. The runs. He's tried something, hasn't come off. He's yorked, actually. He's yorked himself. It's the stuff out the ground. So 9 wickets down now. England. Graham Swann's gone. He's gone for 17. It's 406 for 9.
Jimmy Anderson in at number 11. Always fancies a bat. England lead by 76. You'd say not nearly enough, but they've still got to be got. He's got a best of 34. They could do with that right now, England. Ashwin will have him in his sights. He's got 1 for 111 from nearly 43 overs. We'll need another opener. Will India go some Gambhir? Certainly can't bat until number 7. He's been off the field for some time. Twitch round from Graham Swann, and it's dead straight. It's middle stump. It's flattened middle stump. First wicket then for Ashwin. Ojo has got 9 in the game. Just one or two of the Indian players have got twitchy about the pitch and what England are trying to do. And doing nothing from what we've seen. They are getting a bit twitchy. They only need 76 at the minute, and when they do come back to bat, Zaheer Khan. Bashes the floor with his bat, doesn't he? He's looking for this reverse sweep. Watch his bat hit the ground. Yeah.
It's too full, isn't it? That's the problem. If you're going to try and hit it, if you'd been just paddling it, it'd have probably been fine. Sorry from him. Producing 17, but there you go. That's the fullest ball he got.
Happens that way sometimes. You're expected to bowl the team out. You do nothing wrong, just don't take wickets. Good combined effort by India. They've been out of the field for a long time. Nothing wrong with this pitch.
That's the one that's a paddle, so it's just helping. With this, he's tried to switch it, changed his hands for that one, and got yorked.
Well, you said it, it's very full. The shot's not on to that length. That's it by the looks of it. It sure is. No celebration from the catcher, Rahane, substitute fielder, but England are all out. 406 all out. They've got a lead of 76. And I reckon that will be lunch. India needs 77 to win. The excellent Zaheer Khan, brilliant job for his team. Not flash figures, 2 for 59, but he's done the job. Rahane is at short extra cover, no frills, just catches the ball, throws it back. The innings is over, 406 all out.
A signal from the captain, Dhoni. We'll just have a small roller thank you after lunch. So here Khan, 2 for 59 from 27.5 overs. That's his job.
So the defiance that England had managed or needed to produce yesterday and needed to extend deep into the day didn't materialise. Cook and Pryor only managed to add another 16 before Oja got one to stop on Pryor when he was gone short of 9 short of his 100, while Cook went shortly after that, and England's last 5 wickets fell for 66. Oja ended with another 4 to end with match figures of 9 for 165, and amongst the many disappointments in this game for England, I would suspect, was the fact that the seamers got 5 of them out in that second innings, and it all meant that India needed 77 to go 1 up in the series. Well, they took lunch at this stage, so after the break it'll be highlights of the afternoon session, with India on the hunt for the runs that would put them 1 up in the series.
.77 to win required by India. Anderson to open the bowling. Catcher at slip. We've not seen a ball go to slip throughout the game. Short mid-wicket. Feel sure it'll be Swan at the other end. It has to be.
Already you can see the change in plan with the split field. England got it wrong on that first morning. They bowl wide to Sehwag. You can just see from the field, one slip, sweeper both sides, but they're going to bowl straight to Sehwag.
Sehwag will play his way. Likes to put back to ball. Short third man in there. And a saver out at point.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's his shot, isn't it? Anything on that channel he throws his hands at. Just hoping they open the bowling with Swan. Spin one end, seam the other. Even with two right-handers, it would have been nicer if Gambier opening the batting. Reason Gambier is not opening the batting, he's not been on the field for most of the Test match. He'll come in at 7 if required. The bereavement. His grandmother died, so he's been away from the ground. I'm sure he'll be back today. Pujara, not a bad replacement. 200 odd not out in the first innings.
They just move you to number 3 up one. With full of confidence, double 100 for Pujara. Back-to-back Test matches. Next one on Friday, Mumbai. 3 days rest or preparation for the players. England with thoughts on their team. Don't see much of a change for India. Five without loss. Who's going to open the bowling with Jimmy Anderson? It's got to be Graeme Swann. It's got to be.
The Root's on the field there. I noticed him. Just wondering why he's on. Must be Swan, surely. New ball. There's no swing at all. Look at it. I mean, we haven't seen a cloud for a week. No sideways movement. The new ball doesn't move. The old ball reverse swings. Not sure England are going to get too old a ball. It's Swan with it on now, in outfield, men round the bag. Sehwag might do something silly, try and whack him out the ground. Yes, well done, Alistair Cook. Good luck.
Come on, it's not rocket science. Just take some wickets with you. Just need 72 to win India. They'll be full of confidence. Right, he's got that in outfield, we can see there. Inside edge, thick inside edge, and the ball dribbles off to mid-on. Kevin Pietersen way back on the boundary.
Yeah, Virender Sehwag is from the Graham Gooch school of spin. Just doesn't believe spin should be allowed to bowl. So even with men out, he's just, if it goes up, Sehwag's going to tee off. Pujara, much more an orthodox player.
Worked away, wristy shot through mid-wicket, brings a boundary. Terrific plays this from Pujara as the ball races away for another boundary. Just note the way that he's one step down, hitting with the spin, very wristy shot.
Yeah, that's fine, but Cook and Swan have got to think about angles. Look, everything going leg side with the spin, so create an angle, and also short mid-wicket. One of these just has to stick in the pitch of it, and it'll be clipped in the air to short mid-wicket.
Massive appeal, that's going to hit the stump, but he doesn't think so. So many appeals from both sides for LBW have been turned down. It's 14 without loss. It's the sort of thing that you can do without DRS. With a fair amount of confidence, just kick the ball away. But the bowlers, with different circumstances, will just say, this is out, you can't do that. That's probably it in middle, but you really don't know.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah. And in a situation like this, small chase with DRS, you would just review it as a fielding captain, wouldn't you? You've got to, you're not going to waste them late on in the game, use them. And you're right, that might well have been hitting the stumps, but we will never know.
Beautiful stroke play from Pujara, another boundary, 19 without loss. Cruncher.
Doesn't care about a spinning pitch and Swan. This is going to be over in a hurry.
Well, terrific attitude from India. Confident play. Move very quickly on to 28 with some scintillating stroke play.
Just what the skipper needs as well after batting for 555 minutes. Goes in at silly point with all the gear on. Better from Swan, go up and down a little bit. It's probably a little bit quicker here than the Indian spinners. A little bit slower. The ball sitting in the pitch a little bit. That's the pace. That was lovely, that last one. Nicely up and...
Very, very slow. Anderson out of the attack. Samit Patel gets a do. Oh, full toss start. Where's he? Into the stand.
He likes starting with a full toss. Samit Patel, he did it in the first innings. Got Yuvraj out with the full toss. Not Sehwag, stand and deliver.
Like a home run, this.
Come on, Sonny! Come on, Mike! Get to the wicket here, Sonny boy! Oh, catch him! Come!
There's Joe Root in the firing line. Pulled away, runs are flowing for India. 39.
And that's what we noticed from Pujara in the first innings, how well he picks up length off the spinner. Dragged down, and because it's slow, he has so much time, but he watches it because it does stay down a little bit. He did that a lot off Patel in the first innings. No wonder they're smiling, these two.
Well, both players are looking to attack. What about Sehwag? He's 18. Pujara's 23. A very good pitch, isn't it? Play on it again.
Yeah, they generally are in India. You don't see too many results in India. It's not like every game. You have 5 days cricket. Every game is a result. It's often decided just by the odd test. That's why this win is very important for India. They've played brilliantly and they've had to work hard to get the win. Well, England will know that in what is 3 tests left, to get back and maybe try and win it is going to be a massive task. To win 2 out of 3 tests in India is incredibly tough.
Drive, another 4.
The chat from Swan to the keeper Price saying, should say you're just bowling it a little bit quick, Graham. Got to get it up and down a little bit. He's actually gone to Alistair Cook. It's a bit full and a little bit quick. One might not be used to bowling with the newer ball, but just got to get a little bit of loop on it.
had the light roll at MS Dhoni. 6th over comes to an end. It's 48 without loss.
Truth is that England's first innings was a complete letdown, and in general England's batting, top order batting, for a while has been a concern. Yesterday was an important day for England to show that they can do it in these conditions. But to just do it from one frontline batsman in Cook and your wicket-keeper batsman. Compton was okay.
Well, that's that shot again. It's only a single. It's just leisurely. It's easy.
News from our man on the ground, Michael Atherton, is that Ian Bell is not on the field because he's flying home for the birth of his child, and his flight has been brought forward, so he's left the ground to fly home on his way to Ahmedabad airport.
Ouch. In the firing line there. The driving range. .53 without loss.
Yarro's had 38 deliveries to his 18. Yarrow was very interested. Made it comfortably. So just 20 more. Win. Well, he'll already be thinking way ahead, won't he? He'll already have ideas in his head. And David Saker there, the bowling coach. So for once, Nick, and I think you'd agree with me, it's not just the bowling coach that he's talking to, it's the batting coach.
Yeah, no, it's you're right. Turns all around, obviously delight for his captain, Nick Compton. Now it's gone up a long, long way. And there is a man underneath it who I think does enough. Maybe not. It's Kevin Pietersen out. Yes, as just keeps his foot off the rope.
I think he just checks himself in time. Hasn't said he thought he caught it, and so he accepts it. Just good to see in itself, so the game should be played. Always going backwards. The momentum's taking him towards the boundary, and he just checks himself there. And I tell you what, with barely half an inch to spare.
Struggled to get his feet in the right place when he's batting, but he's spot on there. Sehwag goes for 25. India 57 for 1.
Kohli's the man that comes out. Batsman cross, so he on striker zone. Stately on striker zone. It's a bit of a tie back, isn't it?
Well, he's played nicely again, though, hasn't he? Pujara 36 and 39.
No. Well, before that, pushed through the colours. 10 more runs to win then for India to take this first test, which on first innings they deserve to win. And they made a fight of it coming back in the second innings, but really the real fight came from two players, Cook and Pryor, to address that. 6 more to win then. Now moves on to 41. Haven't got him out yet, England, in this test match. He's pulling that very quickly the length. Whips that through there, but his confidence is growing. Oh, it's in the air, but better than that on the drive.
Got firmly down the ground. That's 4 of them, so just a couple of runs now required.
Joe might not have thought about going over the top. And Fatty now certainly will. Kohli. Who said it wasn't dusty out there? That's the end of the game. Kohli hits the winning runs, but India richly deserved that performance. Mr. Cook will be disappointed that he worked hard, but we'd like to see a bit more support from his other senior batsmen.
Yeah, and the end of Doddle really. Need to work days 3 and day 4, but yeah, those runs on the board in first innings, 521 for 8 paid dividends. England couldn't muster anything like in their first innings. 191, much better in the second innings thanks to Alistair Cook, but they'll be delighted. India, 4-match test series, they win the first.
And that, in many ways, just summed up the difference in class in all departments between both sides in this game. India plundered the runs they needed to win the game in less than 16 overs, and where England's batsmen in their second innings seemed to have to chisel every run out of a block of granite, the Indian batsmen just came out and smashed it. And frankly, it looked like it was men against boys for a lot of the time. England, of course, had been able to bully India back in the summer of 2011 on home pitches in England, which had bounced and seamed. But now the boot was very much on the other foot. India totally at home, England all at sea. So the result, which was never really in doubt after India had scored 521 in their first innings, confirmed just about an hour after lunch, and the Indians are 1 up in the series with 3 test matches to play.